in the traditions of religion, we tend to believe more in something long-lasting, like the soul. We know that in Buddhism, the notion of soul does not exist. You can call consciousness, you can imagine, you can identify consciousness with soul. You may even call consciousness your soul, with the condition that you know that its nature is only a cinematographic nature. Your consciousness is made of one instant flash manifestation. And if you understand like that, you are free to use any word, including soul. But if you use consciousness, you think of consciousness as something long-lasting, even the word consciousness is wrong. Consciousness, as well as object of consciousness, they manifest in such a way that look like cinema. And people in quantum physics, they begin to see it clearly. So when we tend to believe that consciousness is permanent, the soul is permanent, and only the body perish, the soul continue like that for a long time, to go to the heaven or to go to the hell. That is the belief in eternalism. Thường kiến, the view of permanence, which is a wrong view, because Buddhism proposes impermanence, and impermanence goes well with science, because science also acknowledges that everything is impermanent. They exist only in one flash. So that applies not only to consciousness, but to the world which is object of consciousness. And you see that in elementary Buddhism we learn that Dharma, with a capital D, is the teaching of the Buddha. But Dharma with a simple D, it means object of mind, or knowable. Object of mind. So we know that the world is, first of all, object of mind. That is something we can be sure of. And whether the world exists by itself, alone, we cannot be sure. But we can be sure that it is the object of mind. The sun, the moon, the earth, the cosmos, the galaxies, they are all objects of mind. And our body also are object of our mind. And our mind also is object of our mind. So there is possibility to investigate on the object of our mind. And when we understand the object of our mind, we understand our mind. Because the mind and the object of mind, they are. One cannot be with the other. So a right view should transcend the view of eternalism. So a permanent, immortal soul is something that cannot be accepted either by good Buddhists or good scientists. But the opposite view, that after this body disintegrates, you disappear altogether, that is another extreme. This is another wrong view, called alihination. Annihilatism is okay, or you have to say annihilationism. Which one is good? Second one? Annihilation. Nism. So this is one is good. So this is an extreme, and this is another extreme. This is a wrong view, this is another wrong view. To say that you disappear altogether with your body is a wrong view. It's called a đoạn kiến. So as a student of Buddhism, you are not caught in both views. And rebirth, continuation, should be understood in the light of no eternalism, no annihilationism. So the popular, the Buddhism of devotion, popular Buddhism may believe something, may adopt a more eternalistic approach. They think that after the disintegration of the body, the soul remains the same and will penetrate into another body, an animal or a tree or a squirrel or a deer or another person. That person may be white, may be black, may be brown, and so on. So that is naive if we stand from the viewpoint of right view. So to say that after we die, we continue the same person in different forms of life, that's not deep Buddhism, and that is not scientific, because impermanence always changing. The cinematographic nature of body and mind do not allow such a kind of thinking. So it's neither Buddhist nor scientific. But a number of scientists they are caught in this view, and they are not good scientists, because good scientists see that nothing can disappear. Nothing is born, nothing dies. These are only continued manifestation in different kind of forms. So that is a kind of rebirth, that is kind of samsara, that is a kind of continuation, but in the light of impermanence and no self. And many scientists are capable of seeing that. So annihilation is neither Buddhist nor science. No. And a good Buddhist students can transcend both these two wrong views. And the notion of rebirth, the notion of continuation is free from these two views. Otherwise it's not very Buddhist, it's not very scientific. Suppose you are a cloud, and this is to use an image for meditation. You are a cloud. You are made of tiny crystals of ice, of water, and you are so light so that you don't fall. You can float. And the huge clouds, millions of tons of water floating like that. And there is interaction, collision between these tiny crystals of ice, and they may become one big piece of ice and fall down. A big piece, drop of water and fall down as rain. But maybe halfway, you encounter a block of hot air, so you evaporate again, and you come up again. You go down, you come up again, you go down, you come up again. So transmigration, reincarnation, rebirth is taking place always in the cloud. A cloud does not need to become rain in order to have a new life. A cloud has a new life every moment. So rebirth, continuation takes place with us in the same. Because every moment we produce thought, we produce speech, and we produce action. And that action will have an effect on us and on the world, and that is our product, our karma, our action. Karma is a very important term. So look at that cloud, and if you think that that cloud just float and is the same cloud, that's not true. A cloud is very active. There's a lot of activities in a cloud, and a cloud can produce very powerful energy. The electric light produced by a cloud can destroy many things, can go very quick. It's hotter than the heat created by a cloud is hotter than heat in the sun. So we don't understand enough about clouds. We have to learn more about clouds. And clouds are impermanent, and a cloud is very active. And birth and death, continuation, rebirth and rebirth, and birth and rebirth continue always, every moment in the cloud. And that will be helpful because we are like a cloud. In fact, there's a lot of cloud in us. And we continue to drink cloud every day. So birth and death are taking place in every moment of our daily life. We should not say that, I will die only in 20 years or 30 years. No, you are dying right in this moment, and you are reborn right in this moment. So rebirth is something that is happening in the here and the now, and not in the future. So when someone asks you, what happened to me when I die? And you may help him or her by asking back a question, what happened to me in the here and the now? And if you know what happened to you in the here and the now, you can answer the other question very easily. You are undergoing birth and death right now. Rebirth is taking place right now. Because mentally and physically you are of a cinematographic nature, and you are reborn every instant. You are renewed in every instant in order to be a new person, a new being. And if you know how to do it, your renewal is beautiful. With karma, you can assure a beautiful continuation, a better continuation. If you know how to handle your thinking, your speech and your action, you will be more beautiful. And this is possible. That is action, that is karma. So the fact is that you don't need to wait until you die in order to see what happened to you. Look in the present moment, and you see that birth and death are going on in you at every moment, both in your body and in your consciousness. And if you really know what is going on in the present moment, the other question will be answered very easily. It's the same kind of answer. Every moment of our daily life, there is input, there is output. You breathe in, you take food, you have new ideas, new feelings, and there is output also. There are things that go out from you in terms of body, urine, air, water, and so the cosmos is going through you and renew you, and you are returning other things to the cosmos. You are renewing yourself at every moment. So birth and death does not wait. It is happening now, in the present moment. Suppose one part of the cloud is able to transform itself into the rain and fall down and become part of a river. And the rest of the cloud was looking up from the sky and see its continuation down here on earth. And it can wave, have a good journey down there. I enjoy up here, but you, part of me, I hope you enjoy down there. To be floating up here is nice, but to be flowing down there is also nice. So you are both up there and in here. That is our cloud. And as a human being, we can see that too. I can see myself in my students and my friends. I hope them good luck, because their good luck is my good luck. But my disciples and my friends carry me with them, and I wish them the best. And my happiness and suffering depend on them. I continue. So when I look, I don't just see me here. I see me there. So I wave, have a good stay there, have a good time. You see? So that is the way to look. You see yourself not just in this body, because there is a wrong view. You see yourself because everywhere, because every moment you produce thought, you produce speech, you produce action that continue you in the world. You are there and not just here. So the other day, our friend from Thailand asked me, "Thai, what happened when you die?" He's sitting there. It's a sushi. I said that I will not die. I will continue with my friends and my students. I'll be there for a long time. I want to enjoy traveling and being around. So in 100 years from now, if you come to Plum Village, you still see me in different forms and younger, more beautiful. Because it is possible to be more beautiful in our way of thinking, in our way of speaking and acting, if we know how to generate right view. With right view, we don't suffer. We can produce thoughts of compassion, understanding, forgiveness, and we feel light within us, and we heal the world. So it is possible to continue in beauty. So a cloud can do the work of self-purification up there, so that when it becomes snow or river, it is beautiful. It is possible.